Well, let's talk about it.
Wow, September already. Where does the year go? Already seemed like yesterday we got the last Direct from Nintendo. But, all things considered, I'm not complaining. I mean, Sony showed off their usual State of Play in June, and they also had the 007 State of Play last week. And Microsoft had their usual conference over in June, and they've also had a little segment in Gamescom as well. So, it's safe to say for those two companies, people know what's coming up. But for Nintendo, not quite. Sure, we had the Partners Showcase and the Indies Showcase, but they were mostly titles that people knew about in the original Direct that was shown off for the Switch 2. So we've basically got more questions than we do answers, and here's hoping this Direct will answer them. This video is going to take the form of 3 parts. One part will be what I expect from the Direct, one part will be what I would like in the Direct, and then we're just going to have a little segment at the end with crazy ideas which I would love to see but I know are never happening. Now, with the stuff that we're expected to see, it's a very safe guess to assume we'd get the release date for Elden Ring, or maybe the release date for Final Fantasy VII Remake Intergrade. We'll have an updated trailer for Silksong, promoting the sale to players that it's out and have you picked the game up yet? Something similar to that. Also, we'll have confirmed games like Dragon Quest 1 and 2, which is released in October, Dragon Quest Sparking Zero, which is released in November. You know, those kind of games that appear in the third-party showcase reel that usually breaks up the first-party announcements anywhere in the Direct from the start to the finish, you know, just to fill up time. And we'll also have an upgraded trailer promoting the new Switch 2 versions of Kirby and Mario Party. I mean, going along with the Mario aspect of it, it is Mario's 40th anniversary, so you would think as well, with it being an hour long, that they'll dedicate some sort of segment to Mario, and perhaps maybe a compilation of games for his 40th anniversary, and perhaps we'll see some additional actors for the Mario Bros 2 movie. Here's looking at you, Danny DeVito as Wario. And perhaps they'll release Mario Sunshine on the online GameCube console expansion. And when it comes to the safe bet when it comes to these Mario games, perhaps we'll have a compilation. Maybe a Switch 2 version of Mario 3D All-Stars, but this time they add Galaxy 2 into it. Or perhaps we're looking at another compilation which focuses on the new Super Mario Bros. Games. Maybe a compilation of Super Mario Bros. For the Wii U, a Super Mario Bros. For the DS, and a Super Mario Bros. 2 for the 3DS, all in one package. You never know. Perhaps there'll be a Yoshi game, considering he was one of the talking points of the end credits scene on the first Mario film. But moving aside from Mario now, I feel the safe bet for other games would be a Age of Calamity release date, probably dedicated towards either November or December. Metroid Prime 4 details will be released, probably releasing anywhere from October, November or December. Now, I don't think these games will release in the same month. I think they'll release in alternating months to each other, so if Age of Imprisonment released in December, Metroid will probably release around November time. The new Tamagotchi Life game will get a release date. Also, the new Rhythm Heaven game will get a release date. I think those two are musts in this Direct. We'll see 1 or 2 more Mega Evolutions in Pokemon A to Z, and we'll also see some more additional footage to Kirby Air Riders. Those are the guarantees I can see for the Nintendo Direct. We'll have a lot of third party, confirmation of dates, and maybe 1 or 2 small surprises thrown in there. I mean, they've yet to have a big game for the holidays which they can sell the console with. Perhaps that's where they're going to show off in this Direct. Or perhaps they're just going to try and make Metroid and Pokemon their holiday games. I mean, they're sellers, but I think they need one more game really to really push the system in terms of sales. Perhaps that's where the new Splatoon game comes in, as we've yet to hear anything on that game. Also, a game I think we're more likely to hear on as well is Animal Crossing. Perhaps a new Animal Crossing game that's going to release in 2026. Now that'll get people talking. Moving on to things I'd like to see in the Direct, going back to Mario's 40th anniversary, I'd love to see a new 3D Mario game. Perhaps one that expands on the Bowser's Fury formula, making it a little bit more open. Or maybe even an even bigger game, one that's kinda like Skyrim but with platforming. You can never really call it with Nintendo when they've got to push their big IPs into the current age. They always surprise people, and that's what we like to see. Also, chucked it in there, a new Paper Mario game, but in the Thousand Year Door kind of style. New updated graphics, new story, turn-based combat, which elevates Thousand Year Door's combat, and basically just everything that the Thousand Year Door 64 was, but better and elevated. We'd love to see that, wouldn't we? Also, for the love of all that is holy, please Nintendo, can we just have a decent port of a Kingdom Hearts game? Give us 1.5 and 2.5 please. Also free and remind, but please, just make it non-cloud. I just want to play it normally. Maybe a hint or two towards the next Smash game, that would be amazing to see. I don't have my hopes up very much on that, but it's a thing I would love to see. And based on the fact that it's almost nearly been, 6 to 7 years since release, I think we'll do a new Smash upgrade. And speaking of games that had great DLC, I think they should maybe go about showing off DLC for Donkey Kong Bonanza. Maybe doing some time trials, a new layer, some boss battles, maybe a harder difficulty for people who completed the game easily. Stuff like that would be a great addition to the base game. Also, Mario Kart Tour could do with some DLC. It doesn't have to be as extravagant as the Booster Pass course for Mario Kart 8 Deluxe, but perhaps some additional tasks in the free roam, a way to track your progress, more characters and costumes, perhaps a new Grand Prix. And I'm not really holding my breath on this one because I feel like they'll do this further down the line to continue the playability of Mario Kart World in a few years. Another thing I'd like to see is perhaps a glimpse into what they're doing with the Zelda franchise. I know we've seen Hyrule Warriors, so we know we're not going to see a Zelda game this year, but perhaps maybe a sneak peek of the next 2D or 3D Zelda, even if it's just similar to what they did with Tears of the Kingdom, where it says a new 3D Zelda is now in the works or in development. Or if they want to fill Zelda fans' bellies, just show off the rumoured Ocarina of Time remake. We know you got it, we know it's there. Now moving on to the kind of more fun side, like what we would love to see but we know will never happen. And starting off that list is, give us a new Star Fox game, Nintendo. It doesn't have to break records like Star Fox 64, all it needs to do is be fun. I think they had a good thing going with the Assault series, that was a good continuation. Yeah, just all you need to do is just bring it up to date slightly. Like, improve the shooting, give Star Fox and team a little bit more of a kit when they're outside of the R-Wings, and just make the R-Wings that little bit more nicer to control. And there you go, you've got a new game. I mean, can you imagine going online with 3 of your friends and being the Star Fox team, doing missions in space? Now that sounds like fun, doesn't it? And although they won't show off the new Mario game for a while because Donkey Kong Bonanza just came out, but how about it? New Mario game, new power-ups, a bigger world to explore that's interconnected. It's not just a sandbox game now, it's just no loading screens, and you just go and have a whale of time with all the obstacles. Tackle them at any pace, at any time in the game. And speaking of games that make you go at your own pace, Zelda. Let's have a new game. New 3D game? Why not? Set in a different land? Why not? Bring back dungeons where you can actually get items in dungeons that help for your journey? Yeah, we'll do that as well. Only thing they can't seem to do is fix the timeline. Give me a Chrono Trigger remake. Please, Nintendo. Just go back and make a solid foundation with Square Enix and just go for it. We need it. It's not been done yet. It's been 30 years. Come on, guys. And while we're at the state of RPGs, Xenoblade. What is Monolith Soft up to? Let's see their new game. Or better yet, How about they just remake Xenogears and make it a fully complete story? Either way, I'd be happy with that. Nintendo and Microsoft come together to bring you Banjo Free. Come on, we know it. You want it. I want it. Please give it us.
And that was my opinion on what I think is going to happen this Friday, the 12th of September 2025, in a Nintendo Direct. 60 minutes is a lot of time for a lot of content and a lot of game releases, and to answer a lot of questions that we've been having. And I hope Nintendo answers them all. And also, I hope Nintendo guide a lot more people to buy a Switch too, because as I've already said, I think it's a great console, and it's coming close to Christmas. They need to sell a lot more of these consoles. And with that, I'll see you next time with a new video.